It's time to take a trip to the Pacific Northwest. That's right, Oregon's Mount Hood territory is the perfect destination for a winter adventure. Make it a snowy one at one of their beautiful ski resorts, stroll downtown's boutique shopping and fine dining, and when you're ready to head inside, you're sure to find the perfect accommodations. Joining us now with more is Jarrod Lyman from Oregon's Mount Hood territory. Jarrod, thanks so much for joining us here on Live in the Bay.
Oh, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Can't wait to talk about Mount Hood. Now let's get started with one of the most popular activities that brings guests to Oregon's Mount Hood territory, the mountain itself. What can we expect?
Right now, you can expect a ton of snow. It's been a great season so far. We're really excited. Last check, I think it's like twice the normal snowpack for this time of year. So skiers have really been enjoying the freshies they've been getting out on the hill. People are having a good time, of course, because we have some really great properties. There's the Timberline Lodge. It's the only ski and ski out ski lodge in Oregon. We've got the largest night ski area at Mount Hood Ski Bowl. And I should note, for anybody who's a horror movie fan, you might recognize the outside of Timberline Lodge because that was actually used as the Overlook Hotel in The Shining.
Ooh, I'm glad for that little insight. I love The Shining. So anybody who's a horror film fan, they have to go check it out.
They actually have some props from the movie in the hotel that you can see. So
cool. Well, what activities can guests participate in on the mountain specifically?
Well, in addition to skiing and snowboarding, obviously, another really popular activity is called cosmic tubing. And it's the only place you're going to find that. It's this laser lit rock and roll tubing snow on over at Ski Bowl. And it's really a blast. I mean, just the snow is like 80 gajillion different colors as the lights are going everywhere. It's become a real popular activity for locals, plus visitors who come out every year for it.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Now, for a lot of visitors, Jarrod, if they don't want to travel with their own equipment or gear, are there rental options at Mount Hood?
Yeah, traveling with gear can be kind of a pain, especially, when you're trying to fly out here with that. So fortunately, you're going to find rental shops on the mountain, on the way to the mountain nearby. So you have a ton of options. So you don't have to be lugging your own stuff on the plane or in the car or anything.
I know I'm one of those people. I do not want to lug around my own equipment. Yeah. That's very helpful. Now, after a long day in the snow, everybody's going to be ready to fuel up. So let's talk about the many dining options in Oregon's Mount Hood territory.
That's one of the really best parts is a lot of people, they think that, once they're done on the mountain, they have to go all the way back to the city to fuel up. But if you stop in Government Camp, which is right there at the base of where the turnoff for Timberline is, or just a tiny bit further down in the villages of Mount Hood, there's some really, really great dining options. Everything from, burgers and that, that type of just good, tasty, fill you up after a cold night to something a little bit more fancy, like at the villages at the resort at the mountain. There's some really great dining options. You could be there for like 2 weeks and never eat at the same place twice and have a good meal every time.
So for our foodies, there's a ton of options.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Well, something else that you're famous for, the breweries. Let's chat about your breweries, wineries, and distilleries that everybody has access to over at Mount Hood territory.
Yeah, Oregon is really known for its maker culture, and again, especially the breweries and the wineries. And Mount Hood territory is really at the forefront of that. And really, it's almost the entire region, from the mountain breweries there to down in the valley with wineries. And even in some of the cities, you're going to find a lot of great options. And when it comes to the beers, it's more than just, those traditional, Pacific Northwest IPAs. You'll find a lot of other different varieties, both favorites, and then some unique things. We've got one brewer who does a pickle beer, which started out as kind of a joke and actually became insanely popular. And the same with the wines. You'll find some great Pinot Noirs, which the Pacific Northwest is known for, but a lot of other varieties that you don't necessarily see. So you're going to get a different experience than what somebody might get when they're at the kind of the Bay Area winery. So all those wine lovers in that area coming up here, try some different stuff, and you might find a new favorite.
I like the sound of that pickle beer. I'm going to have to try it when I visit.
It's, it sounds kind of weird, but honestly, it is really good. And people just he made it as an experiment, and then it just exploded from there, and it's become an annual thing.
Sometimes those are the best products, too. Right? Something that you just throw out there, but ends up being one of the best things that you put out.
Exactly. It's just one of those happy accidents.
Well, last but not least, for all of our viewers ready to plan their getaway to Oregon's Mount Hood territory this winter, let's talk about lodging accommodations. What do you recommend?
I'm a fan of vacation rentals. I kind of like that feeling of, home away from home and all those creature comforts. We have some really stunning rentals up on the mountain and in the area. So you're just a few moments from all the activities. But if you're, more into something like a full service resort, we have those options as well. The resort at the mountain, Timberline Lodge, again, ski in, ski out, stay right there. Collins Lake Resort has some phenomenal options, or you can come down to the city so you can be closer to the wineries and the breweries and so forth, and get some really gorgeous hotels there, some beds and breakfasts as well. So really, everything runs the whole gamut. We even have a tiny house village if that's your thing. So anything you want, we've got it, and you're going to find some really great options.
And Jarrod, what would you recommend is the easiest and most reliable way to book a vacation rental or a hotel in the area?
If you just go to our website, you'll find a lot of great options. MountHoodTerritory.com/winter. You'll find all the winter things to do. Plus, you're also going to find a link to check out the lodging so you can find that perfect place to stay to make it the ideal trip.
Jarrod, thank you so much. We appreciate you coming on the show here at Live in the Bay.
Thanks for having me.